What's up, everybody? Crocodile here, and I'm doing two in a day. You notice the same shirt, same background. I just kind of wanted to go over the leaks first, even though I kind of did that backwards. I want to go over the ones that are officially spoiled. I'll probably post this one tomorrow, but again, if this is your first video you're watching, my name is Crocodile. Um, I'll probably post this for a while until we start getting the channel built back up. But I originally had a channel called Crocodile. I had about 1,500 subscribers. I used to play Marvel Snap and some other Marvel mobile games. I wasn't really in the MTG space per se, although I played it and I kind of left it for Snap. But right now I'm just kind of rebuilding the channel under the Kraken Knoll after being hacked on the other one. Long story, it's in the other video. But basically, it's going to be focusing on like pack openings, reveals, reactions to the overall Magic community, cards, etc. Um, I personally have a strong interest in uh, like the Universes Beyond stuff. I know that's not for everybody, but it's kind of what brought me back into Magic after quitting. Um, I like to open the packs, collector packs, of course, so I'll be doing a lot of that on the channel as I can get my hands on them and the funds allow me to do so. So I just kind of want to grow this channel into something that's even greater than the other channel, or at least to get it to the 1500 that I had on the previous channel. So today we're kind of going over the Marvel superheroes coming up. It's my most anticipated set. It's what really brought me back in. They kind of have everything. They have play boosters, collector boosters. They have like the collector commander packs again. Collector commander decks again. So the all 100 surge foils. They have the jumpstart packs, draft bundles, play bundles, and then as you can see, they got the gift bundles, um, draft night, etc., etc. So they kind of got like the whole gamut of product line. We'll start off with the headliner card here. The soul. It's like the Soul Stone was in Spider-Man. It's the Mind Stone. The Mind Stone, since there's already a Mind Stone in Magic. It's an indestructible rock for Commander, which that's nothing to scoff at. I think like all of the stones being indestructible makes them like instantly Commander playable. Hopefully they all cost one in a color, so that kind of keeps them cheap, allows them to fit in their respective colors, and they're indestructible. So it kind of helps against, unless that's an exile effect, of course. Um, this one I don't feel. I think it's cheaper than the Soul Stone to harness. And the ability to be able to blink any permanent except lands, I mean, that's not terrible. So it is strong. 6 to activate, like I said, I think that is stronger than the Soul Stone. The Soul Stone, I think, had something else. It had like a sacrifice creature or something, which is fine. It's very flavorful. Uh, then there's the headliner promo. You'll never see it in person version, but it's gorgeous. I'd love to see one. So Captain America, Super Soldier, one white. Legendary creature, human soldier. First strike, Captain America enters with a shield counter on him. As long as Captain America has a shield counter on him, you and other heroes you control have hexproof. Um, they're doing like the source material alt arts, so that's like what you see here, like his regular art, his alt source material art. The shield counter is flavorful. I kind of wish he could. I mean, he's got the commander card that can like throw the equipment, which I think is cool. I really wish like the standard set had something like that, but 3/2 also. I do wish he was a 3/3. But first strike, when if you kill him, he comes back. Well, you remove the shield counter, instead of destroying him. Exiling wouldn't work. It would kill him. As long as Captain America has a shield counter on him. So he does protect all your other heroes, or well, I guess your board in general. It doesn't have to be just heroes, which is flavorful. It gives him hexproof too, which that's nothing to scoff at. So I still wish it was a 3/3. The Sentry Golden Guardian. Um, 3 and a white, flying vigilance indestructible, very, very strong. Legendary Creature human hero. When the Sentry enters, target opponent creates a void, a legendary 5/5 black horror villain creature token with flying, indestructible. Doesn't have vigilance though. The void attacks each combat if able. So they kind of bounce off of each other, but a 4-mana 5/5 flying vigilance indestructible, that is like nothing to scoff at. That's very strong. The Yeah, that's a very good rate. The token I feel like is easier to deal with than the actual creature itself. Because if there's anything that gets rid of like CMC value stuff, like exile CMC values, that's easier than 0 is easier than 4. Uh, they're both indestructible though, so they kind of bounce off of each other. But this one has vigilance, so technically you can block theirs every turn, but you can still also get in. So I think that's better. But if they get rid of your creature, your sentry, and they have the void, then worse for you. I do think that it's constructed playable. They got Namor the Submariner. One blue blue, legendary creature, mutant merfolk villain. Flying, Namor's power is equal to the number of merfolk you control, which I think is a small bait as far as putting him in merfolk. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell with one or more blue mana symbols in its mana cost, create that many 1/1 blue merfolk creature tokens. Again, he's got like the source material art. I think is aggressively costed. It's more of a spell devotion style payoff than it is a creature devotion payoff. Now, granted, you could play it in Merfolk Commander, and I think it's great as the commander or in the 99. But this on its own, you cast one blue pip counterspell, or it's not a wizard, is it? No, it's not a wizard. I was gonna say mana sculpt or something like that in standard, and then you make two merfolks. Now you have a 2/4, and that just keeps growing. And he has flying, which is flavorful and hilarious. We'll switch over Atuma. So Atuma, Atlantean Warlord, 2 blue blue, legendary creature, merfolk, warrior, villain. Other merfolk you get are 1/1. Get 1/1. Whenever one or more merfolk you control attack a player, draw a card. So it's 1 card per turn. I think it's good if merfolk are in standard. It would be constructed playable card. Get off. But if there's no merfolk in standard, which I'm sure there is, because you're gonna have all of like the Atlantean cards. You got Namor and Atuma. I'm sure there's gonna be other cards that are Atlantean to give some sort of merfolk support. Um, But I do think this is going to be great in the 99 of any Merfolk commander. It's not going to be your commander completely, but it will all depend on what other support comes out. Okay, Doctor Doom. This Doctor Doom here, so far, well, let's just go over it first. It's 4 black. Doctor Doom, legendary creature, human scientist villain. Whenever Doctor Doom enters, create 2 3/3 colorless robot villain artifact creature tokens named Doombot. As long as you control an artifact, creature or plan, Doctor Doom has indestructible, and then at the beginning of your end step, you draw a card and lose a life. 3/3. So I'm assuming we're gonna get a couple versions of Doctor Doom in the set. He's on the set art for like Jumpstart. I know there are some cool Jumpstart cards from like other sets. And then we've seen the one from Commander that's Grixis. But I hope we get another one. It kind of reminds me of Grave Titan, where it enters, it makes 2/3/3s. I think Grave Titan was 2/2/2s or something like that. 3/2/2s, 2/2/2s. But you're paying more for like the effect of like Phyrexian Arena effect and indestructible with spread out across the bodies. than you are just like the base stats. If you're paying 6 and you're getting 9 power across 3 bodies, and you're getting 1 semi-sticky threat in Doctor Doom himself because he's indestructible, then you also get to draw a card at the end of each end step. There could possibly be other Doombot support cards, like create a Doombot, um, etc. I mean, if you blink this creature, or if you blink Doctor Doom with like that one blue mana card that can blink, then you keep creating more Doombots, which is keeps him indestructible. Overall, I mean, I would love to play him. I mean, he'd go great in a commander deck, of course. He'd go great in the Grixis commander deck, but try not to make it all about commander. But I don't know about a 6 mana card in standard. Standard's pretty quick right now. Which is sad because Doom. Doomrain Supreme. 1 of the black. Enchantment Plan. Whenever a villain you control enters, each opponent loses 1 life. You gain 1 life and put a counter on this enchantment. Whenever the 5th plan counter is put on this enchantment, you sack it. When you do, target opponent exiles top 5 of their library. You may exile up to 2 spells among them and cards without paying their mana cost. It is a new card type, Plan. It is like villain support because it has that payoff. Because every time a villain enters, you get the counter. And I'm sure there's other ways to manipulate counters. Maybe not in standard, but commander. It's not flashy, but playable. I'm gonna run it in the Doom Grixis Doom King of Latveria deck. Baron Helmet Zemo, black, legendary creature, human, noble villain. I love that that tagline there. Whenever you cast a black spell from your hand, Baron Helmet Zemo connives, and then boast, exiling a number of black cards from your graveyard with 15 or more black mana symbols from among their mana costs. Copy those exiled cards. You may cast up to 3 of the copies without paying their mana. So strong synergy between like the connive and the boast, because you're conniving, discarding the card, and then you're able to exile those cards and like copy them later. Needing to attack. I missed the. If you don't know what boast does, actually only if this creature attacked this turn and only once each turn. So you have to attack to get the trigger, which is a little risky. And the fact that he gets the conniving off of just black spells, not like villain only spells. Although, well, he is black. I was gonna say, although if it was like villain, it could be in other colors, but I think it's great that it's not shoehorned like right into villains. And I think in general it could be a strong commander himself. Like you can kind of like build around that. Thunderbolt's Conspiracy, 3 in a black, enchantment, flash. Whenever a villain you control dies, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control with a finality counter on it. That creature is a hero in addition to its other types. This card I don't have a whole lot to say about. It is protection, but it's expensive. It's cool in thematics. Maybe the villain dying benefits from the hero tag afterwards. But I do think because it has flash and it's a protection spell, it could be pretty annoying and limited. Quicksilver Brash Blur. Say that fast. 1 legendary creature mutant hero. If Quicksilver Brash Blur is in your opening hand, you may begin the game with him on the battlefield. Haste. Power up 4 and a red. Put a 1/1 counter and activate. Put a 1/1 counter and a double strike counter on Quicksilver. Okay. Reduce the cost by his mana cost if he entered this turn. So it would only go down to what, 3 in a red if he entered this turn. So It's the first creature to ever have like that ley line ability that it's like if it's in your opening hand, you may begin the game with him on the battlefield. So I think that space is pretty cool, but pretty dangerous. Thematically, it makes sense because he's very fast, so he's already on the battlefield ready to go, and he has haste. He's a like 1 mana 1/1 on your first turn. You go first, and you're already hitting for one. Like that's nothing to scoff at, and it's a mana sink, I guess, late game. But are you really gonna pay like the 5 mana for him to come down, get a 1/1, and have a double strike? So it's like 5 mana to hit for four. I mean, I guess if they're at four and their defenses are down. Um, but I did say bad late game draw, but I guess in like the only scenario that I listed there, they're at four, their defenses are down, and you like top deck this, you could like come in, power up, put a 1/1, haste, double strike. World War Hulk, 3 green saga. The next red or green creature spell you cast this turn can be cast without paying its mana cost. Put 3/1/1 counters on target creature you control. Choose target creature you control until the end of turn, double its power and toughness, and it gains trample. So I think the first chapter is like incredible. Uh, you basically pay the 5 mana to put this saga down, and then chapter one goes. And then now you can just like put out any red or green big fatty, which includes one of the upcoming cards we're going to talk about in just a minute. As it enters in after, so you're immediately able to put like it's almost like a sneak attack. Although sneak attack you like activate later, this happens like right away. So you play this, chapter one goes off, you slam down the biggest, baddest red or green creature you have in your hand. Now, chapter two and three, I said support one. I don't think they're like the best chapter. Obviously, the chapters in this saga obviously is number one. But by the time you like put that big bad down, you would think that they're almost dead by the time you get to two or three, unless they take care of it right away, and then two and three can kind of support. But if you don't have any other creatures and that was your only creature, then two and three are just kind of duds. I do think it's very constructive playable though. Like if you ramp into this with like badger mold nonsense ramp, and then you're able to like put out one of the, I think he's coming up here soon, then I mean that's good. Also comes in like that showcase, which I think, or this is the not the source material. This is the comic style, which they did in Spider-Man comic book style. This is Lucky the Pizza Dog. He's actually from the Jumpstart set. I didn't cover him earlier, and I saw him. It's one in a green, legendary creature dog. Whenever you cast cat, dog, or hero, create a food. Beginning of each end step, if you gain life, put a 1/1. Um, Dog, so automatically win, and it's Hawkeye's dog. It's Lucky. Uh, it's interesting that he has cat and dog and hero synergy. So like, there's a lot of heroes. I'm assuming in the set. So every time you cast one, you get a food token. There might be something crazy to do with food tokens, but it does need like a life gain payoff, not just you cracking your food or your food tokens. But it is a jumpstart card. Super Scroll. One black, black, black. Legendary creature, skull, shapeshifter, villain. Flying. Two and a white. Create a 0/4 colorless wall creature token with defender. Three and a green. Super Scroll gets 4/4 into the end of turn. Four and a red. Super Scroll does 4 damage to target creature. Or 5 and a blue. Target player draws 4 cards, which is a lot of cards. It's a good 5-color commander. Let's just get that out of the way. It's cool. It kind of like modal using the abilities that come off the Fantastic Four card. We looked at the one Fantastic Four card that comes in the commander set, and then we looked. Well, we didn't look at that one yet. We looked at the Jumpstart one. There's the commander set comes with each individual Fantastic Four, and they all kind of like Invisible Woman has the walls. Thing has the +1 plus, or like the +4 +4. His is like counters. Torch deals damage, and Mr. Fantastic draws cards. So both cards, Super Scroll, the Fantastic Four combined, and then all the ones in the command, they kind of all use these abilities. So it's like we're getting that kind of modal ability reused in different ways throughout this set. But it kind of reminds me of a Kenrith, where he's got like the modal spells. So I thought that was like the easiest thing I could compare him to. All right, this is what I was talking about earlier with World War Hulk. It's flavorful. You got Bruce Banner for blue, legendary creature, human scientist, hero. XX draw, X cards activate only as a sorcery. Or 2 red, red, green, green, transform Bruce Banner, activate only as a sorcery. On the front side, you're paying 2 to draw 1. I don't think that's terrible, but it comes at a sorcery cost, but he is a 1-mana 1/1. You can play him. He is a TDFC, which is a transforming dual face card, and we saw these in Spider-Man. So you can either play him on the Bruce Banner side, or late game you can play him on the Incredible Hulk side. Or you can play him on whichever side whenever you have the mana for it, or you can play him on Bruce and transform him into the Hulk. Incredible Hulk 2 red, red, green, green. Reach legendary creature Gamma Berserker Hero. Enrage whenever the Incredible Hulk is dealt damage, put a 1/1 counter on him. If he's attacking, untap him, and there's an additional combat phase after this phase. 8/8. I think that is pretty cool for Hulk. I mean, he's got Enrage, so every time he gets angry, he gets more mad, more like kind of like harder to kill. As far as lore goes. Reach and trample is great because he jumps around a lot. He just runs through things. So I think the backside of him is incredible. Funny, incredible. And he's got lots of combos for commander for like the enrage pinging. I think like Pyrohemia and Caltrops and stuff like that. And off of World War Hulk, he could come in for free. So you pay the 5 red or green creature. I mean, he's red and green, not that that matters. And then you just put an 8/8 reach trample in, and you're discounting it by 1 mana. So you're getting it a turn early, maybe a few turns early if you're ramping into World War Hulk, and putting him out. I think that's something to look at. Just showing off his like source material art. You can't see the text box on that one, but the Bruce Banner and the Incredible Hulk. Sorry about the Discord sounds. Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. 1 green and blue. Legendary creature, human dinosaur hero. Whenever you draw your second card each turn until end of turn, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur's base power and toughness become 6/6 and they gain trample. Whenever an artifact creature you control enters, whenever an artifact you control enters, draw a card. This ability only triggers once each turn. I put like being able to turn into a 6/6. I think is really strong. I was gonna compare it to Uro, like, but Uro gets to draw and put the land down, like when he comes in. This one you kind of have to do it off of an artifact, and there's not really any like low cost good artifacts at the moment, and there's no zeros that I can remember. I mean, we had Mox that only triggered the one with the legendaries. You have to have a legendary out, which I mean, like Pioneer maybe. You play Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, and then you play the Mox, and then an artifact comes in, you trigger, and then it's a 6/6, but it wouldn't do anything that turn because it doesn't have haste. I mean, it becomes a 6/6, but not haste. Still pretty cool to look at, though. The Coming of Galactus, 2 black, black, green, another saga. Destroy up to 1 target non-land permanent, and then chapters 2 and 3 is each opponent loses 2 life. Chapter 4 is create Galactus legendary 16 black elder alien creature token with flying, trample, and whenever Galactus attacks, destroy target land. Kind of reminds me of like the Binding of the Old Gods, which is played in Commander, but with a plus, I put like a plus. I don't like chapter 2 and 3. Each opponent loses 2 life. I mean, I guess in a pod, yes, you're doing like 6 damage to the pod each turn for 2 turns. But then by the time you get to Chapter 4. It's most likely dealt with. I don't know if this is standard playable either, though, but I think it is the biggest creature token. Flample. It's got Flample, Flying, and Trample that we've ever seen. I think there's one other creature that was 1616. It was like one of the worms from Ravnica, I believe. It's also got like the comic book art, which I think is sick, and the fact that it destroys a land when it attacks is kind of funny because he is the Eater of Worlds. All right, we got the Vision. 4 colorless legendary artifact creature robot hero, flying vigilance. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. Solar beam, vision gains double strike in return. Density control, the vision gains indestructible to the end of turn, and technopath, you draw a card. Okay, hear me out. 4 CMC, 2/5 vigilance. I think that rate was great. I think this could be like a control finisher. Like, forgive me, my mind is still stuck in like Aetherling like levels of control that I used to play like a long time ago, and I know control's got like some other stuff now. But I feel like you're already going to be casting non-creature spells probably on your opponent's turn in control. This lets it. This is hard to attack into if you make it indestructible. You can also make it like double strike. Or if you're casting something on their end step to already look at the top of your library or filter cards, now you're like filtering drawing. And if you're already filtering and drawing, now you get to draw two. So I personally feel like this could be like a cool control finisher. It's got like those modal abilities like semi on demand. All right, well, that wraps up this video where I'm just kind of covering what we have seen officially so far. Like I said in my previous video, this is my most anticipated set. I'm very excited for all, like, we've had Spider-Man, we've had Marvel superheroes coming, and I'm sure we're going to get like X-Men, like a Cosmic or a Monsterverse set. We're going to have one for each stone pretty much. So I'm super excited to follow Marvel. I'd like you guys to comment down below like who you're excited to see in this set. For me, after we started seeing like Lucky the Dog and Hit Monkey and some other things, I really hope we get like a Beta Ray Bill card. I don't know if it will come necessarily in this set. I would think that they would save it for maybe like a cosmic set that's got Guardians of the Galaxy, Celestials, Eternals, something like that. But if we go all 5 sets without seeing a Beta Ray Bill, I might lose my mind. I will be covering like official previews as they're coming out. I'll probably do like a daily recap of the previews that we've seen. If there are any leaks, I will state it in the video before we start getting into it, but I will cover them. And then I will do a commander cards and like a special guest video separately. As they come out. Now, if we get like a dump of a bunch of special guest cards, I might just wrap that up into the official previews video together. But those are like the kind of video ideas I like to work on. And if you like this video and you kind of want to see more content like this, and if you want to see other things like me actually playing on Arena, because I do play a lot, I just haven't like fired up a stream or made like a video on it. Just let me know down in the comments. But don't forget to like and subscribe, and catch you guys on the next one. Peace.